Forget everything you know about Polkadot. The Polkadot team has fundamentally changed the way this altcoin works. And when the market sees the recent changes to their tokenomics, I expect the market to rush in and buy Polkadot. Now, tokenomics is just the study and design of a cryptocurrency's economic model. Now, by economic model, the economics of a token includes its issuance, the distribution, and the utility. For instance, the tokenomics of Bitcoin outlines how new Bitcoin is mined, circulated, and then used within the Bitcoin network. And Polkadot is changing their tokenomics by going from an inflation forever to a scarcity-driven model. The Polkadot DAO has now approved 2.1 billion token cap on DOT supply in their new tokenomic shift. Now, the decision to set the maximum supply at 2.1 billion Polkadot is a significant pivot from the previous tokenomics model, under which new tokens were indefinitely issued yearly. Under the old inflationary model, Polkadot minted about 120 million DOT tokens annually with no limit on the token's total supply. So it is going from an inflationary model to a disinflationary model, which is different than a deflationary model. If I were to do an example, inflation means a car is driving 30 miles per hour and then it accelerates to 50 miles per hour. Disinflation means it was going 50 miles per hour, but now it is slowed down to 30 miles per hour, so it is still moving forward, whereas deflation means the car was parked and now it's going in reverse. So in the short term, this won't completely cut off Polkadot supply and it won't turn it deflationary, but it is certainly moving to a disinflation model, especially when compare it to the old model. The old model was more tokens just coming out and coming out and coming out. Now the new framework introduces a gradual issuance reduction every 2 years, and this is why it's disinflationary. Now let's get into the charts. We're gonna look at two. First is DOT versus Ethereum, because as we go into alt season, the major caps are going to rally first. That's the Cardano, the Solana, the XRP, the Ethereum, and then it will trickle down into the mid caps, which Polkadot is definitely a mid cap. Now, Polkadot has been in a downtrend against Ethereum for a very, very long time, about 130 days. But we have now just flipped the 20-day moving average into the positive, and it now is using it as support. And when you look at the RSI on the weekly, it has never, ever, ever, ever been this oversold to Ethereum, but now it looks like it's starting to recover. Now this is the .USD price. We're seeing a lot of interesting things here. Now this isn't the 20-day moving average, this is the 200-day moving average. And we have just printed our first daily close, wick and all, above the 200-day moving average just yesterday. We have not seen this for a very, very long time. In fact, last time we closed a daily candle, wick and all, was about 235 days ago. And if you look at Polkadot's previous uptrends, that was the marker, that was the line in the sand. You can see last time we had an uptrend, the tail end of 2024, I couldn't even close above it, kind of wicked above it, got rejected, sent lower, and then it was off to the races. I think that's kind of what we're seeing here, is sending it a little bit lower before it goes off to the races. Now this pump right here was a 3x, so that was a 217% move. And if you look at the last run up, it was a similar situation. We got above the 200-day moving average, came back down, retested it, and from the retest, that was a 150% move. But you'll see this teal horizontal line. To me, this is gonna be the short-term target for Polkadot. So if Polkadot goes super, super bullish, like it did in November, December 2024, it's probably gonna slow down at this range. You can see it got rejected here, also got rejected after the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF hype. BlackRock launches their ETF, altcoins go on a run, rejected right here around $11. And this was going to be just the first cooling period during the run up all the way back in the beginning of 2021. And it was the support for the bear market of 2021. And if you fast forward to today, probably going to act as resistance moving forward. But it is still a good gain from here. If we were to bounce from this level, it's going to be about 165% pump. Let me know if you hold some Polkadot down below. I will let you know when we hit that resistance area and what I would consider a sell signal. I'm DZ, and I'll see you in your mid-cap altcoins at the top.